Hello, hello, hello. Hello. This is the cursed second stream in a day. It has never been done before. No streamer has ever attempted it. Naturally, only a foolish noob such as myself would attempt such a thing as two streams in a day. In one day. It can't be done, they said. They said it couldn't be done. Today, we may or may not prove them wrong. Also, I introduced to you the blinding white screen of death. This. Maybe I could make this not a blinding white screen of death. I never considered trying that, but I suppose I could. Set background color. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. And then my drawing color would need to be different. Does that do it? If I oh my gosh, my freaking pen is being attacked by cables. Ugh. Here. Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Yeah. Slightly less blinding, although the UI over here is still going to be bright white forever. Yeah, it seems almost acceptable. So, anyways, why am I streaming right now? This evening. Well, I don't really have anything better to do, and I kind of want to work on this, so just gonna do it. So what needs to be done? We are replacing our tiling logic. Okay, so let's go over here and demonstrate. See, here, well, I've put white rectangles around it, I guess, for now, but what needs to happen is this drawing logic needs to make sense. And it needs to work for off-screen stuff. As you can see right here, it's not really making sense. And it needs to work for up scroll as well as down scroll and still need to make sense. Yeah. All of those things need to happen. Yeah, and so the logic that used to be here is really bad. Well, maybe not bad, but I can do better, I think. We've got all this like initial calculation stuff and some more initial calculation stuff. And then we get here these function calls and just like the amount of parameters you have to pass in and like the this draw partial tile is just it's so unnecessary. At least I claim it's unnecessary. We'll find out. So what I'm trying to do as a replacement is on an off-screen canvas, draw a just like the longest possible note connector we could have. Hold connector is what it's called. Just draw on an off-screen canvas the longest possible one we could have. Have that just sit there in memory. Although it's not really just sitting there right now. I do it every frame, but imagine that it would just be sitting there in memory, just like the longest possible one, and that's the whole image. And then just write logic that determines the height and like the subsection of it that I pick out and copy choose what pixels on it to copy over. That sounds like it would be a much simpler way to do this logic rather than cutting and pasting, several images, and sometimes it's not the whole image, and there's some downsides to having this like off-screen canvas just sitting there, right? But like there's some edge cases to where it like wouldn't be great, but I think with my current understanding, it would be a lot better, and it could be like the best option I have currently. So that's what I'm thinking right now. That's sort of what I'm thinking. And the past few days have all been about simplifying this code base. I've got just like a massive to-do list of cleaning up that needs to be done. So we're here with refactoring the whole connector tiling. Although we can't use create pattern. Create pattern is part of the HTML canvas API, and create pattern is just so bad and inflexible that to get it to work for my use case would just be too hard and would probably still not be very good. I just don't know how to make create pattern work for me. So we're just not going to use it. There's the image that we're trying to tile. Okay. Yeah. And so we're already here. We've created the off-screen canvas. And now we're going to try to really what we do, we just need to determine this number. This is the source Y position. I claim that's all we really need to determine because the height is already, it's determined by other logic that I've already written. Yeah, we'll find out though. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all this tonight, or like how much energy I'm going to have, or what. It could end up being like a really, really hard problem. But let's work on it. Okay, so to use this drawing program, I need my keyboard at the ready, with my left hand, and that's off to the right side. Yep, this makes total sense. This is totally how you're meant to be drawing. Good lord. Good lord. Okay. Yeah, see now I can draw, I can control Z, I could draw, hold space, and then move around. Yeah, that's all I need to do. Alright. So frick. We gotta start thinking about these edge cases and stuff. Well, we have an off-screen canvas. Which I will represent via a rectangle, and then inside this rectangle, I'm going to put another rectangle that will represent the actual image contents. Okay. And we've got a We've got some source y to determine. And then we've got some source height, which is also equal to destination height. Oh, that's not how you do that. Okay. Yeah, that's what we need to determine. And then we need to do this, use this information. Is it capital I for draw image? It is. Okay, that's the goal. Now, how do we know what it is? Well, we've got, okay. Let's say we have a down scroll. And we have we have some note. And it's got a hold. And then it's got the tail. Yeah, it's going to look something like this. Okay. What information do we have access to? We have primarily draw min y, draw max y. Um, note start y, note end y. Hmm. Yes, I think I need more information because one of the classic things that can happen is that the end of the connector is cut off, and it can be cut off um, either on the tail side or on the head side, either or. And in either case, there's some different logic that we need. So actually getting the note start, end, and start Y and end Y here is actually not useful because we do this clamp value to range nonsense. And I actually don't want that. Yeah, I actually don't want that. Yeah, so I could probably just go ahead and comment all this out. And I want to be past these raw values. Except maybe this is fine. If the note is held, then we set the start Y to the receptor position. Oh, hold on. Min of current time or end note dot time in seconds. Oh yeah, because you could optionally hold the note too long, of course. Yes, you can't forget that, can you? You can't forget that. Okay, so I'll allow this, right? I'll allow this modification to draw start Y, but no further. No further modifications. Do we have bounds? Did I pass in bounds? Yes, I did. Okay, so we're going to copy this stuff over just so I have access to it. Okay. Cool beans. Okay. Let's think about all the ways that we could get screwed over by reality. Let's let's think about all those ways. Um, we could have well, let's see. We could certainly have this situation. And also there's up scroll. But for now, I don't really want to think about up scroll. I think I can almost figure this one out. Okay, so like so now we know that this is start Y. This is end Y. And based on that information, we're meant to figure this out. Hmm. Well, like in theory here would be end Y plus note size over 2. Um, and in this case, S source Y would be equal to note size over 2. And all we really know about this position is that it's based on height. Like we can calculate this height here. Um, or we could just look at start Y, right? In theory. Okay. Yeah, so let me grab the eraser for a second here. Okay. Let me look at this distance here. What I want to know is this is 0.0, right? So, um, frick. I almost have it. So if I subtract end y, no, I don't. What I want to know, what do I want to know? What is this distance? I know that this distance is what? Is equal to negative end y. I don't know if that's true in general. It's probably not. It's probably not true in general. Let's see. But what would I do? I would take this and I would add, right? I would add note size over 2. No, that's not right. I would subtract note size over 2. Hmm. That seems really strange. Huh. What if this whole like having to offset by note size over 2 is really confusing me? What if I didn't do that, right? What if I didn't do that? Hmm. Actually, like maybe this is almost right. I don't know. Well, well, yeah, at that point, all we would need to do is um well, you would just determine the height after that point, and then everything else is just like no big deal. At least that's true for down scroll. For up scroll, it's worse, for sure. Yeah, it's like this mod something. This mod something. Mod, we need like a variable. Let's call this, let's see. What do you call the connector height? The height of the connector? Connector tile dot height. Oh, I'm still agonizing over this. And what would you do if it was up scroll? Well, if it was up scroll, you would have an arrow here. Oh yeah, this feels upside down for sure. Yeah, the problem is we need to line up the texture with this dot. Let me take out my sweater. It's actually really warm in here. Let me be right back. 1 second. Mark my words, in like 20 minutes, I'm going to be wanting to put the sweater back on. Hmm. Maybe we could have two concepts here. Okay, maybe what we have is yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, what we have here is what I would call um, texture origin. I think this might be the more useful concept here. Oh, hold on. Okay. Brush. Hello? Lines? Brush. Wait a second. Wait, what was I thinking before? I had an idea and then it escaped me. Let me stare at this some more. Yeah, all we're trying to measure is just this distance. That's literally it. That's all we care about. I'm pretty sure that's all we care about is that distance. What is that distance? What is that distance, dude? Well, yeah, it's basically. I mean, we calculated it before, right? It's basically if and y is less than 0, it's going to be Negative end y minus note size over 2. That's not right. It's literally just minus negative end y. Okay. Mod mod something. Otherwise, it's just note size over 2. What about this case? Up scroll. This is weird. This is a little bit weirder though, right? I mean, it's gonna turn out to be as simple as an if statement, but what is that if statement? What's weird is like I need to pick the right starting point on the image so that the bottom of it is here. Like it would line up properly. That's very strange. Hmm. I would pick some point here. Hmm. I would pick some point here or here unless it was cut off. Hmm. It's like I'm determining. It's like I determine the height and an offset and then take a mod, which really is like the same thing. It just feels weird because I'm like doing them in a different order. Oh, this is very strange. What is Y2? Right? Let's try to figure that out. Is it like Y2 is equal to height mod um connector size, connector height? No, it's more like what is it's like I need to do height divided by connector height, then take the ceiling of that and multiply it by connector height again. Yeah. It's like that. And that's what y2 equals. That's what y2 equals. Um, and then y1 is equal to y2 minus height. Minus height 1. That seems really bizarre. That seems way harder than the other formulation. What the heck? Okay, and then what about this weird ass case over here? Yeah, maybe I would first calculate this, and then what could happen... Well, wait. Um... Hmm. Yeah, okay. Right. What I would do is I would actually consider these. Yeah. This would be height 1, right? And then I would round up to get y2. Yeah, I would round up to get y2, which would fill in only this just like little bit extra. And then y1 would equal y2 minus height 1. And then the real height would be this inner distance. Yeah. That feels like a totally different calculation. It feels like almost completely unrelated to this over here. This is like an if statement, whereas this is like um I mean maybe there's an if statement in here, right? Two totally different calculations. What the heck? Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Cool. All right, saved it, I think. Cool. All right, we'll end the stream there. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Um, and I'm tired now. I'm actually feeling it now. What? I suddenly have 2 voicemails. Oh, that's fine. It's actually just 1 voicemail plus a inbox size warning. Great. Awesome. But yeah, I think tomorrow I'll come back and do more on this. Man, my throat is really bugging me, which is also part of the reason why I don't want to just like keep going forever and ever. But yeah, anyways, hope to see you next time. Until then,